What's up, Sparkman family? It's your boy Sparkman, and well, another year of tins and another year of failure on Konami's part producing these tins. Other than the design of the tins, which again this year is actually a really nice design, I am not a fan, and I've become not a fan of these tins for years upon years now. I'm missing the old tins, I'm not gonna lie. Back in the day when I was a kid opening these tins, I would open a bunch of them. Now, you can't catch me opening any of these tins because why? They're absolutely atrocious. They're just terrible. I wouldn't waste my money on them because there's nothing worth chasing in these tins. Everything you need you can just buy online or even at your locals for a very cheap price, right? If you can get all the cards you need for like under $5, $6, why would you ever buy the tins? Because that's what it does. The tins actually destroys the market and destroys the card value. It hurts locals, it hurts a lot of businesses, and it just hurts the value of Yu-Gi-Oh. Now, I don't mind reprints being made and players getting access to those things. It just has to be done a better way. And I think Konami is failing to recognize that they're not doing it the right way, and they're making players feel kind of like, I don't know, not willing to invest in the game anymore when they see those things. You have a card like SP Little Knight that's I think around like $90 right now or $100, and it's probably going to be in these tins, and when it comes out in these tins, it's probably going to be like $20 or less. So that's a big drop down from what it once was, right? So I mean, I get getting reprints in the tins, I get being excited for those reprints, but at the same time, do it in a respectable way, but do it also that there's some chase to these tins. There's no reason why you're buying these tins and you don't feel like you're really excited to open anything. The value inside the tins is just not there anymore. The chase is just not there for these tins. Everything is just dropping down in price. I mean, you see the price tag here at $22, which they have the audacity to raise tin prices to $22, where people are not going to pretty much buy into this. They're just going to buy the singles, like I said. But you see a lot of other online sites, they're selling these tins for pretty much a bargain already. You see the MSRP price, they're selling it for like $14-15, some sites, which I'll show you in a second. It's absolutely incredible that they think that they can continue to do this and players will continue to buy into them. And I just think that every year players are becoming more and more apparent that I'm not buying into the tins. I'm not buying into the tins because they're realizing, why am I spending so much money when the things I need cost less than like probably $30? So I mean, it doesn't make sense at that point. I mean, this year they're putting Core Century Secret Rares into the packs, which is, I guess, cool and everything, but we'll see what's in these tins. Again, I'm not mad about the cards inside the tins. I think there's going to be incredible cards inside the tins. They're going to be cards that I think everyone is going to be wanting to have and chase and get. But again, there should be better ways of doing it as well. There shouldn't be a way of getting it so easily that it destroys the market like that. Respectably, I know a lot of people are like, I don't care about the market. I don't care about the game being so expensive. I want it to be inexpensive. I want it to be so cheap that I can afford everything. Again, I understand that point of view, but you also have to understand the whole business side of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that if you continue to have these types of things, people will start to leave the game because they're realizing, well, it's not worth investing into the game anymore. So you have to understand that point of view as well. So Konami and Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't realize they're actually destroying the actual game within when they do stuff like this. Now, there's no real other game that does reprints like Yu-Gi-Oh!, which we are grateful for. I am grateful that Yu-Gi-Oh! Does reprints, but they do it to a point where it's excessive. Like it's too much. And coming from a player that loves buying things for absolutely good deals and prices, it's too much. It's too much. I think they definitely need to cut it back because there's too many reprints happening at once, and it's just being thrown at you at this point. And I think players are realizing, like, this is frustrating, man. This is very frustrating. And again, there's no promos in these tins once again, but we had it last year, and wow, what a great promos we had. But not really, because back in the past the promos would be worth something, be nice, people be chasing after them. I mean, a year has passed and these promos are under $5-6 at this point. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, what a disappointment last year was. I mean, people were telling me these promos would be over $20, over $30. You know, we have Stardust QCR, Dark Magician QCR. It's going to be like $40. It's going to go up so much. Yeah, I called it. I said no, it wouldn't. When you're given a rarity for absolutely free, when it's easily accessible, it does not go up, and that's what it does. It destroys the rarity, and people don't realize it, but Konami is destroying their own game when they do stuff like this. They could have succeeded with the QCR much more than what we, have had this year or these last year and a half, but they decided to go a route of just destroying the rarity, destroying the success they could have had. And I would have marketed this way differently than they had, but they went after the money and the greed, and well, that's what Konami is, right? A little bit of greed, right? And that's why they made Pot of Greed. But no, in all seriousness, they definitely are very greedy for money, and we realize that now. I think a lot of players recognize that as well. Just realizing also that you're losing a huge part of your fan base with the collector market, because a lot of players have left the game, so they're not realizing that as well, that it will have after effects of them doing this. There are new players joining the game every day, players joining back the game, but also players that are apparent that what's going on, that hey, I'm not really going to be a collector anymore. There's nothing to really collect in this game except a few things here and there, but for the most part the collection part of this game has gone away because they're reprinting older boxes at this point. They're doing all these things to pretty much devaluate the collector's market. And that's sad. I mean, hey, everybody wants a piece of the old products and old cards and old rarities, but at the same time you want to appreciate the back in the day past of cards that were great and hold them to that standard. Now we're just giving them away for free and bringing them back for penny stocks. That's great, right? I don't know. But you see here on TCG Player, the tins being sold for $20, case for $183. Well, actually, Game Nerds have them for $15, $16 really, and then a case for $174. So if you guys are trying to pick them up for a cheaper price point, Game Nerds is definitely the way to go. But for the most part, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's definitely a failure on their part. I do see this one failing yet again. All the prices are going to shoot down really low. I think players are not going to invest opening these tins up. Maybe you'll see, a few players enter the locals to, pick up one tin. I don't see players like buying cases of these. It's just not smart. That side of Yu-Gi-Oh! Of opening cases has gone away. People don't do that anymore. I don't really see that point. At least last year there was like absolutely no one doing that. So I don't see that happening this year as well. And yeah, we'll see what happens, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I know this is a very heated and very controversial topic, honestly, but that's just my opinion, but I want to hear your opinion down in the comment section down below. But from yours truly, Sporkman. We'll catch you next one. Please subscribe and comment, and peace out, YouTube.